2 weeks ago, we picked up this transmission.
Colonel John Conrad.
Spec Ops: The Line takes place in a fictional world where the city of Dubai has basically been destroyed by a huge set of sandstorms. Colonel Conrad decides to take his 33rd Battalion and sort of clean up and rescue everybody. Well, 6 months go by and no one hears back from them, so everyone pretty much thinks that they're destroyed. Then, the main character of this game, Captain Martin Walker, hears over a radio that Conrad is calling for evacuation of everybody from Dubai. So he takes his team to Dubai and they basically discover a lot of shit is going down and it is not for the better. You'll run into a host of bad guys where you think this must be the one that's behind everything, and then it gets twisted around so many times it'll make your head spin. All in all, the game is trying to be a lot different than what you would imagine a shooter would be trying to do. There is a lot of kind of heavy-handed play with no glory in war, and the term hero being thrown around a lot. The further you go, it also gets a bit twisted and very weird toward the end. While everything doesn't hit right on the note, it does a good job with the voice acting, especially the lead with Nolan North, and even Bruce Box-Lightyear. The story isn't perfect, but at least it's a step towards something different in this cavalcade of shoot-kill genre.
Yes, sir. A local airborne insurgency has infiltrated the U.S. zone designated as my pants.
What Spec Ops tries to do narratively different, it plays it pretty safe gameplay-wise. It's a typical third-person shooter where you hide behind cover, shoot some bad guys, jump over, move on, etc., etc. You'll have the usual range of military weapons, sniper rifles, assault rifles, handguns, as well as grenades and stuff. You can also issue orders to your command units, which works fairly well, though not in a typical sense. Basically, you can tap a button, choose an enemy that you want them to fire on, and then they'll execute them. Your AI guys kill a lot of dudes, but when you order them to do something, it takes a long time for them to actually kill the guy. I don't know if I was doing something wrong or what, but it was very frustrating actually. Another thing is, the controls they're pretty good, though I had a hard time running behind cover sometimes and coming out of it. Otherwise, there are things in the environment that you can shoot to basically kill the enemies, take advantage of the environment. But it all just boils down to shoot glass or shoot a border and sand comes down and kills people. Nothing really else inventive about the thing at all. And there's also a multiplayer after you beat the campaign, which is okay and fun for a little bit, but again, it's pretty standard in its execution. It works for the most part, but again, not the best.
Let me go on record and say this shit just got weird.
When I played Uncharted 3 last year, I didn't think anybody could outdo their sand physics. While graphically Spec Ops: The Line isn't as good as Uncharted, they do a lot of things with the sand that is just beautiful and gorgeous. The wisps coming through you, the sandstorms. Also, like I said earlier about shooting the glass and the sand killing people, it's very satisfying despite you overusing it over and over again. Also, Dubai is a gorgeous city in its ruined state of apocalypse. It really does feel like it's a shooter game in kind of like a weird apocalypse kind of world. There's scrawls on the walls, there's just tons and tons of blood and gore all over the place. And again, like I said, it was a little bit heavy-handed to see all the dead bodies and you trying to wrestle the fact that maybe I'm not doing the right thing after all. Overall, the game, the art design is very good, despite, again, the graphics being a little bit lower. The city is beautiful. One moment you'll be in like a sandy highway, the next you'll be in a thumping nightclub, and there's also like an aquarium kind of place. It's very good. The voice acting, like I said, is very good. The music is actually standout. Not the original score itself, though there was some good tracks in there. But I'm talking about the actual soundtrack, licensed music they put in the game to make the game feel maybe a bit more real. It made for some very interesting moments, including a very special selection that I'm playing right now. A very fine package, though I did come across quite a few glitches and texture pop-ins, where even I was going through a cutscene for about 15 seconds and the guy's face was still trying to render. Of course, I wasn't able to capture it on video, but trust me, at least it never crashed. At first glance, I ignored Spec Ops: The Line completely, and then I read a couple things about it and decided to give it a chance, and I liked what I saw. It's not completely reinvented the genre, but the story, as well as the graphical sense of the ruined city of Dubai, makes for interesting play. I think it's well worth your time. Though again, the gameplay could have been a little bit better and more refined to make it a little bit more exciting experience.